Hi, and welcome to Ins and Outs. Today's episode will be covering Genesis chapters 1 to 5. So we are starting the book of Genesis today. And we have three lovely contestants with us today. And for those of you who don't know how this works, we have 5 different categories, each category, 5 different point levels. And before we give you the categories, we'll introduce our lovely contestants. So Angela, hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. And how long would you say you studied for this?
A couple hours, 5.
5 over separate days, I hope, or one day.
I hope so.
Yeah, you hope so. All right, good. We will see. We'll see. Carlos,
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
That's good. I hear you work at a burger shop.
Yep.
That is awesome. So do you smell like burgers at the end of the day?
Yeah, but I showered, don't worry.
You shower. Okay, good. I'm relieved. Okay, and Lena, how are you?
Good.
Good. That's good.
That's good.
And you hope to win today?
I hope so.
You hope so. Good. We will see. All right, and now to introduce our categories. Wow, this is heaven. Missing a rib. The serpent. After the fall. And the first of. So, by a predetermined order, we're starting with Lena today. So, go ahead and pick our very first category.
After the fall, 400.
After the fall for 400. He made them wear these instead of the fig leaf. Okay, Carlos, go ahead.
Who are naked?
We're naked.
We're naked.
Who are naked? No, that is incorrect. All right, Lena, go ahead.
Animal skin.
Animal.
What is animal skin?
What is animal skin? That is correct. All right, next category, please.
Missing a rib, 400.
Missing a rib for 400. All right, and that is our twofold. All right. Good. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works at home, and the contestants, the twofold works like this. So, Lena, only you will be able to answer the question now.
Okay.
You can wager as much as you have, so up to 400. If you get it correctly, you will get that same amount added to your score.
Okay.
If you get it incorrectly, you will get it deducted. So, we need you to wager right now before you see the question. So, how much would you like to wager?
400.
You'd like to wager the 400. Good. All right. So, here's the question. In answering the Sadducees, our master used this verse in the 2nd chapter of the book of Genesis to describe the sacrament of matrimony. We hope you've memorized it.
The husband shall leave his family and be united with his wife and become one.
And the prefix
What
for that?
is?
Okay, all right. What is? Okay. So that is correct. Congratulations. Now we'd just like to remind our contestants, please use the prefix or the answer is incorrect. All right. So, Lena, please take us to our next category.
The serpent, 400.
The serpent for 400. All right. This tree was used to make the first set of clothing in human history. All right, Lena, I think, go ahead.
Fig leaf. What is fig leaves?
What is fig leaves? That is correct. All right. So, quick score recap. We have Angela at 0, Carlos at -400, and Lena at 1200 after just a quick start. And we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back right after this on Ins and Outs. Welcome back to Ins and Outs. We're just going to pick it up from where we left off. So, Lena, please go on to the next category.
After the fall, 500.
After the fall for 500. His sacrifice was accepted where Cain's was not. Okay, now Angela, you answered a little bit before I answered, so I'm going to have to give it to Lena. Lena, go ahead.
Who is able?
Who was able? That is correct.
The serpent, 500.
The serpent for 500. I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. This is how Adam answered the Lord when he asked him this question. All right, Angela, go ahead.
Where are you?
All right, in the prefix, please. I know. It's what is where are you? Okay, I see how that one could be a little challenging. Okay, and that is correct. So please, Angela, take us to our next category.
The serpent 200.
The serpent for 200. When he deceived her, Eve was told that this will not happen to them if they ate the fruit. Okay, Carlos.
What is they're gonna die?
What is they are going to die? That is correct. Okay. Carlos.
Wow, this is heaven for 400.
Wow, this is heaven for 400. It would have caused Adam to live forever if he would have eaten from its fruits. Okay, Carlos.
What is the tree of life?
What is the tree of life? Carlos is on a little bit of a roll here. All right, Carlos, our next category.
Wow, this is heaven for 500.
Wow, this is heaven for 500. All right. And you've hit the twofold. So how much would you like to wager out of your 200 at this point?
100.
You're going to wager 100.
Yeah.
Okay, question please. Saint Basilios the Great wrote the Hexameron, which means this. I'll read it for you again. Saint Basilios the Great wrote the Hexameron, which means this. Okay, you don't know. Well, the answer is, what is the 6 days of creation? What is the 6 days of creation? All right, and moving back, we're going to go back to Carlos. Go ahead, pick our next category.
Missing a rib for 500.
Missing a rib for 500. Carlos picking the big ones. She was called this as she was the mother of all living. So, Carlos, go ahead.
Who is Eve?
Who is Eve? That is correct. Okay. All right. Next category.
Missing a rib for 300.
Missing a rib for 300. Here we go. You don't dare to call her a rib, but this, as she was taken from a man. Okay, Lena, go ahead.
Who is a woman?
Who is a woman? That is correct. All right, Lena, next category.
After the fall, 300.
After the fall for 300. This was cursed because Adam's disobedience. Okay, Carlos.
What is the land?
What is the land? That is correct. Okay. All right, Carlos.
The serpent for 300.
The serpent for 300. When he tempted Eve, he told them, "You will be like God in knowing this." Carlos?
What is good and evil?
What is good and evil? That is correct. Carlos, a little bit on a roll. All right, and with Carlos's roll here, just point recap. Angela sits at 500, Carlos at 1,200, and Lena at 1,900. Okay, Carlos, so our next category, please.
Wow, this is heaven for 300.
Wow, this is heaven for 300. The same tree was mentioned later on in the book of Revelation. Carlos.
What is the tree of life?
What is the tree of life? That is correct. All right. And I'm excited for you, Carlos. I am. Next category.
The first of 100.
The first of for 100. First son in history. Lena.
Cain. Who is Cain?
Who is Cain? That is correct. Okay. Lena, next category.
After the fall, 200.
After the fall for 200. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. This was not a prophecy about Cain, but about him. Carlos.
Who is Jesus?
Who is Jesus Christ? Yes, that is correct. Who is our Lord and Master, Jesus Christ? That is correct. All right, Carlos.
The first of for 200.
The first of for 200. Okay. First city in history. Angela.
What is... Oh my... what is Eden?
What is Eden? That is incorrect. Okay, and I think Lena.
What is Nod?
What is Nod? That is incorrect. Carlos.
What is Enoch?
What is Enoch? Okay, that is correct. All right, Carlos. Go ahead.
The first of for 300.
The first of for 300, going down that list. The first flute player. Lena.
Jubal. Who is Jubal?
Who is Jubal? All right, correct. All right, and Lena, next category.
Missing a rib, 200.
Missing a rib for 200. God created them, but he did not call them monkeys. He did. All right, Angela.
Who is Adam?
Who is Adam? That is correct. All right. And Angela, to our next
The
category.
serpent, 100.
The serpent for 100, finishing off the category. He was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. Lena.
Who is the serpent?
Who is the serpent? That is correct. Okay, Lena.
Wow, this is heaven, 200.
Wow, this is heaven for 200. In paradise, there was one river that divided into this many other rivers. Carlos.
What is 4?
What is 4? And that is correct. All right, Carlos. And just a point recap, because we have made quite a comeback. Angelo sits at 500. Carlos has went from his negatives early on in the stage to 2,100. And Lena leads with a slim 100 points with 2,200. And we're going to now go on to our another commercial break. And we will come back and finish off these final categories. So please join us after the break on Ins and Outs. Welcome back to Ins and Outs. We're going to finish off our few remaining categories, and we go back to Carlos. So Carlos, go ahead.
So after the fall for 100?
After the fall for 100. No wonder humans are perfect in the art of shifting blame. Adam blamed, and she blamed. Okay, so we're looking for blanks here. Lena, go ahead.
Who is Eve?
Who is Eve? Okay, we're just getting a response on that. Okay, there is another answer now. Remember, we are looking for 2 answers. I'll read the question again for you, Lena. No wonder humans are perfect in the art of blaming shift. Adam blamed blank, and she blamed blank.
Adam blamed who is Eve, and she blamed who is the serpent.
Who is the serpent? That is correct. Okay, thank you, Lena. And next category.
The first stuff, 400.
All right, the first up for 400. The first polygamist. Okay, and the answer is, who is Lamech? Okay, so we go back to Lena. Go ahead.
The first stuff, 500.
The first up for 500, finishing off the category. First preacher. Carlos.
Who is Enoch?
Who is Enoch? That is correct for 500. Carlos.
Missing a rib for 100?
Missing a rib for 100. God did this to Adam. Doctors still do the same before they operate on a man. Lena?
What is anesthesia?
What is anesthesia? Yes, or putting him to sleep.
Putting him to sleep.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Okay, and the final point. Wow, this is heaven for 100. It has never been in heaven, but here on earth. Some of the church fathers believe that paradise was located in this country. Lena?
Where is Eden?
That is incorrect. All right, other contestants, you may answer if you'd like. Angela?
Where is Assyria?
Where is Assyria? That is incorrect. Okay, Carlos, you do have a chance if you like. If you get it wrong, you will deduct it. Okay, no, Carlos does not wish to take it. The answer is, what was Iraq? All right, and so before we go on a commercial break, we will review the points. So Angela sits at 700, Carlos at 2,600, and Lena at 2,300. So we will show you a category now for the final category. It is the genealogy of Adam. The genealogy of Adam. So please write down your wagers, and we'll continue after this commercial break. All right, and welcome back to Ins and Outs. Before we went on a break, we showed our contestants the final category. We have also reviewed Angela's prior question of Assyria, and after close review, we are going to credit her with the points, Assyria and Iraq, just a differentiation of names there. Okay, so again, Angela had 700, Carlos 2,600, Lena 2,300. 600. So we have shown you the category, and now we're going to show you the question. So the question is, these two sons' names are not mentioned in the genealogy of Adam. Right, so 5 seconds from here, please finish up writing your question, your answer, in the form of a question. Okay. Okay, please put your pens down, please. So the answer we're looking for is, who are Cain and Abel? So that is the answer we are looking for. So please, Lena, proceed to show us how much you wagered.
It's wrong. It's 800.
For 1800?
1800.
1800, and your answer?
It's wrong. It's Jubal and Jabal.
Jubal and Jebel. Okay, Carlos, proceed to show us how much you wagered.
I wagered 700, and I said who is Cain and Abel.
Who is Cain and Abel? Very good. And Angela, how much did you wager?
I wagered 600.
And your answer?
Noah and blank.
Noah and blank. Okay, and so with a quick point total, Carlos is the winner. Carlos sits at 3,300. Angela at
100.
100, and Lena at 500. So, please remember to join us in the next episode. We'll be covering chapters 6 to 10 of Genesis, and join us next time on Ins and Outs.